In a world where travel is often seen as a luxury, the truth is this: wonder doesn't have to come with a high price tag. Some of the most soul-stirring places on Earth are also the most accessible. Places where a simple meal tastes like tradition, where landscapes whisper stories of ancient time, and where the currency you trade is curiosity, not cost. This is a journey for the dreamers, the wanderers, the budget-conscious explorers. In 2025, the world is opening wider than ever, and these 10 countries prove that the best adventures don't have to break the bank. So pack light, keep your mind open, and let the road lead you to places where value lives not in the price, but in the experience. Welcome to the top 10 budget-friendly countries to travel in 2025. Let's begin. Destination 1: Vietnam. There's a place where the morning mist dances through rice terraces, where narrow alleys hum with the music of scooters, and where every meal is a celebration of color and flavor, and it costs less than your daily coffee. This is Vietnam. Stretching along the coast of Southeast Asia, Vietnam is a country rich in history, resilience, and breathtaking natural diversity. From the limestone isles of the north to the lush deltas of the south, its landscapes shift with each horizon. Its culture, a vibrant tapestry of tradition, French influence, and youthful energy, is alive in every street market, temple, and smile. What makes Vietnam visually unforgettable is its balance of chaos and calm: the frenetic pulse of Hanoi's Old Quarter, the tranquil lantern-lit evenings in Hoi An, the surreal karsts of Ha Long Bay rising from emerald waters. It's a country that feels ancient and youthful at once. Top experiences await travelers at every turn. Cruise through the majestic waters of Ha Long Bay aboard a traditional junk boat. Explore the marble temples and colorful architecture of Hue, once the imperial capital. Or ride a motorbike along the legendary Hai Van Pass, where the sea meets the mountains and the clouds touch the road. In 2025, Vietnam is more accessible than ever. A newly expanded e-visa system allows travelers from dozens of countries to apply online, faster and easier than before. Budget airlines connect major cities for under $20 a flight, and rural tourism has grown with community-run homestays offering authentic experiences for less than $10 a night. Whether you come for the culture, the cuisine, or the sheer beauty of the land, Vietnam welcomes you with open arms and open roads. And your journey here will cost less than you imagined, but offer more than you expected. Destination 2: Georgia, the country. High in the Caucasus Mountains, where ancient watchtowers stand guard over green valleys and vineyards roll into the horizon, lies a country few expect but none forget. This is Georgia, a place where generosity flows as freely as the wine, and where your budget stretches like the views. Tucked between Europe and Asia, Georgia is a small but mighty nation with a soul steeped in tradition. Its people are fiercely proud of their heritage, welcoming strangers like old friends, often with a table full of food, song, and stories. With a language and alphabet unlike any other, and a history dating back to the days of the Silk Road, Georgia offers a rich cultural mosaic for travelers looking for something truly different. Visually, Georgia is a land of contrasts. One moment you're in the cobblestone streets of Tbilisi, where pastel houses cling to hillsides beneath ancient fortresses. The next, you're surrounded by snow-dusted peaks in Kazbegi or wandering stone villages in the wild region of Svaneti. It's where nature and human history coexist in stunning harmony. Among its many experiences, you can hike to the iconic Girgidi Trinity Church, perched beneath Mount Kazbek, a view that feels like a painting. Wander through Tbilisi's colorful old town, soaking in centuries of architecture and soaking yourself in its famed sulfur baths. Or head east to Kakheti, where wine has been made in clay vessels for over 8,000 years, and where tastings paired with feasts cost a fraction of what they would in the West. In 2025, Georgia remains one of the most budget-friendly countries in Europe. Many travelers are granted a free one-year visa on arrival. Guest houses with mountain views can be found for as little as $10-15 per night, and hearty local meals, khinkali dumplings, khachapuri cheese bread, and more, are both delicious and incredibly affordable. But perhaps the true value of Georgia lies not in its low prices, but in its high spirit, in the way strangers become hosts, and every road leads to a new memory. Destination 3. Guatemala. Beneath the towering volcanoes and mist-covered jungles of Central America lies a land where ancient temples reach for the sky and time seems to slow with the rhythm of the earth. This is Guatemala. Raw, vibrant, and unforgettable. Located south of Mexico, Guatemala is the heart of the Mayan world. Its culture pulses with centuries of indigenous tradition, Spanish colonial heritage, and a natural richness that's impossible to ignore. From highland villages draped in woven textiles to tropical rainforests echoing with birdsong, Guatemala is a country that speaks to the soul, quietly, deeply, and without pretense. What makes Guatemala visually unique is its dramatic variety. Lake Atitlan, often called the most beautiful lake in the world, lies cradled by volcanic giants and surrounded by indigenous villages, each with its own personality and language. Then there's the ancient city of Tikal, buried deep in the jungle, where howler monkeys and toucans accompany you as you explore the towering ruins of a civilization that once ruled the region. Top experiences include wandering the cobblestone streets of Antigua, with its pastel facades, ruined cathedrals, and coffee shops in colonial courtyards. Climbing Volcano Acatenango to watch fiery fuego erupt in the night sky. And drifting across Lake Atitlan by boat, stopping to explore villages like San Juan and Santiago, where Mayan tradition remains beautifully intact. In 2025, Guatemala is one of Central America's best-kept budget secrets. Street food, like grilled corn or pupusas, costs under $1, and boutique hostels offer lake or mountain views $4.10, $15 a night. New shuttle networks make travel between towns safer and more efficient, and guided hikes to volcanoes or ruins can be arranged for a fraction of the price you'd find elsewhere. For the nature lover, the history buff, or the budget-conscious adventurer, Guatemala offers a rare mix of magic and authenticity. It's not polished, and that's exactly the point. It's a place that invites you in, asks nothing of you, and leaves you changed forever. Destination 4. Albania. Imagine waking up to the sound of gentle waves lapping against untouched shores, wandering through ancient ruins with no crowds in sight, and dining on fresh seafood with a view of the Ionian Sea, all without emptying your wallet. Welcome to Albania, Europe's hidden gem. Tucked along the Balkan Peninsula, Albania has quietly evolved into one of the most intriguing destinations for travelers in search of affordability, beauty, and authenticity. Once isolated, the country is now opening up to the world, and in 2025, it remains one of the best value destinations in Europe. What makes Albania visually striking is its unspoiled natural diversity. From the turquoise beaches of the Albanian Riviera to the jagged peaks of the Accursed Mountains, the landscapes feel as though they've been plucked from a dream, yet remain refreshingly untouched by mass tourism. The towns are a mix of Ottoman, Italian, and communist-era influences, layered over centuries of complex history. Top experiences include exploring the sun-drenched town of Berat, known as the City of 1,000 Windows, with its white Ottoman houses stacked along the hillside. Hiking the Theith to Valbona Trail, one of the most scenic treks in Europe, surrounded by pristine alpine wilderness. Or relaxing along the crystal-clear shores of Ksamil, where white sand beaches and cheap seafood rival the Greek Isles just across the water. In 2025, Albania remains a paradise for budget travelers. You can find seaside guesthouses for under $20 a night, delicious grilled meats or fresh seafood platters $4.5-10, and bus rides across the country for just a few dollars. The country recently streamlined its e-visa system and added more direct international flights, making travel easier and more accessible than ever. Albania doesn't just stretch your budget, it stretches your sense of wonder. It's a country still writing its tourism story. And you can be part of the next chapter. Destination 5. Morocco. Step into a world of ancient Medinas, sweeping deserts, and mountain villages where time moves to the rhythm of tradition. This is Morocco, a place where every corner tells a story, every spice carries history, and every experience is layered with depth, color, and culture. Nestled on the northwest tip of Africa, Morocco is a land of contrasts, where the Atlantic Ocean meets the Sahara, and the snow-capped Atlas Mountains loom just beyond the palm-lined oases. Its cities hum with life and legend, from the blue alleys of Chefchaouen to the chaotic beauty of Marrakesh's souks. Yet, just beyond the cities, silence reigns across dunes, valleys, and starlit skies. Visually, Morocco is cinematic. It's in the red clay walls of Ait Ben Haddou, the cobalt blues of Chefchaouen's stairways, and the golden glow of the desert at sunrise. It's the kind of place that imprints itself on your memory not just through sights, but through scents, sounds, and textures. Among the many experiences waiting here, lose yourself in the maze-like Medina of Fez, one of the oldest walled cities in the world. Camp under the stars in the Sahara, where camel caravans and sandboarding offer unforgettable adventures. Or sip mint tea on a rooftop terrace in Marrakesh, with views over the Koutoubia Mosque and the call to prayer echoing across the city. In 2025, Morocco continues to offer incredible value for travelers. Budget riads, traditional courtyard guesthouses, offer atmospheric stays for as little as $15-20 a night. Long-distance buses and trains are cheap and reliable, and local food like tagine or couscous is both delicious and affordable. The country has also introduced improved digital nomad visa options and expanded public Wi-Fi in major cities, making it even more appealing for remote workers and long-term travelers. Morocco is a mosaic of experiences, ancient yet modern, wild yet welcoming. And for those seeking richness of experience over richness of cost, it's a dream within reach. Destination 6. Nepal. Above the clouds, where prayer flags flutter in the wind and mountains touch the heavens, there is a country that humbles the soul and lifts the spirit. This is Nepal, home to the world's highest peaks, deepest traditions, and kindest hearts. Cradled between the giants of India and China, Nepal may be small in size, but its landscapes and culture are anything but. From the bustling chaos of Kathmandu to the tranquil stillness of Himalayan monasteries, Nepal is a land of deep spiritual energy and natural awe. It is where ancient Hindu and Buddhist practices intertwine, and where trekking routes double as pilgrimages. Visually, Nepal is breathtaking. The Annapurna and Everest regions offer some of the most iconic mountain vistas in the world, snow-dusted peaks rising like sentinels above valleys carved by glaciers. But beyond the highlands, you'll also find lush jungles, terraced rice fields, and sacred rivers flowing through quiet villages. Top experiences include trekking the Annapurna Circuit or Everest Base Camp, journeys that offer not just epic scenery but personal transformation. In Pokhara, you can paraglide above serene lakes with the Himalayas as your backdrop, or explore Kathmandu Valley's ancient temples, such as Swayambhunath and Pashupatinath, rich with carvings, incense, and centuries of devotion. In 2025, Nepal remains one of the most affordable destinations for nature lovers and cultural explorers alike. Trekkers can now benefit from improved trail infrastructure and better eco-lodging options, while expanded e-visa and trekking permit systems make planning easier than ever. Local meals cost just a few dollars, and budget lodges, even in the mountains, offer rooms with million-dollar views for under $10 a night. Nepal is not just a place to visit. It's a place to feel, to reflect, and to grow. Whether you come for the peaks or the peace, you'll leave with something far more valuable than what you arrived with. Destination 7. Bolivia. In the heart of South America lies a country that feels like another planet, where salt stretches to the horizon, mountains shimmer in surreal colors, and skies feel impossibly close. This is Bolivia, a destination for those who crave the extraordinary, on an ordinary budget. Landlocked and layered with extremes, Bolivia is one of the continent's most visually arresting and culturally rich countries. It's a place where Andean traditions thrive, where Quechua and Aymara communities live much as they have for centuries, and where travelers are rewarded not with luxury, but with authenticity. Visually, Bolivia is astonishing. The Uyuni Salt Flats, the largest in the world, transform into a mirror during the rainy season, creating a dreamscape that defies logic and gravity. The colorful lagoons of the Eduardo Avaroa Reserve, dotted with flamingos and framed by volcanic peaks, look like paintings come to life. And then there's the world's highest navigable lake, Titicaca, where floating islands made of reeds drift like folklore on the wind. Among the must-do experiences, Take a 3-day 4x4 journey through the Salt Flats and Altiplano deserts, one of the most otherworldly routes on Earth. Visit the bustling markets of La Paz, where witches' stalls sit beside vegetable vendors under the cable cars of the world's highest capital. Or hike the Isla del Sol, a sacred island in Lake Titicaca, believed to be the birthplace of the Inca sun god. In 2025, Bolivia continues to be a paradise for budget-conscious explorers. Meals can be found for as little as $2, and transportation, including long-haul buses or scenic train routes, remains incredibly affordable. A wave of eco-conscious tourism projects now offer homestays and cultural tours in rural areas, supporting indigenous communities while giving travelers a deeper connection to place. Bolivia doesn't cater to comfort. It invites curiosity. It rewards those who seek something different, and gives them an experience that feels like nowhere else on Earth. Destination 8. Indonesia, where volcanic peaks rise above jade-green rice terraces, where ancient temples whisper through the jungle, and where over 17,000 islands stretch into endless turquoise seas. Indonesia is not a single destination, but 1,000 adventures waiting to unfold. Spanning the equator in Southeast Asia, Indonesia is a sprawling archipelago that offers travelers an unmatched blend of biodiversity, culture, and serenity. From the popular paradise of Bali to the wild corners of Sumatra and Flores, Indonesia invites you to slow down and discover its layered beauty, one island at a time. What makes Indonesia visually stunning is its rich variety of landscapes. Picture Bali's terraced fields glowing in golden sunlight, the smoking crater of Mount Bromo at sunrise, or the vibrant reefs of Raja Ampat seen from beneath the sea. Here, nature wears many faces, each more captivating than the last. Among the top experiences, trek with orangutans in the jungles of Borneo, where eco-lodges offer guided wildlife encounters. Explore ancient Borobudur and Prambanan near Yogyakarta, two of the most iconic temple complexes in Southeast Asia. Or escape to the Gili Islands, where motorbikes are banned and time drifts with the tide. In 2025, Indonesia remains a top choice for travelers on a budget. Domestic flights between islands are affordable, and new ferry routes have made remote islands more accessible than ever. Local guest houses start as low as $10 per night, and you can feast on flavorful nasi goreng or sauté skewers for just a few dollars. The country has also expanded its digital nomad visa, attracting long-stay visitors seeking a peaceful, nature-rich base. Indonesia doesn't ask you to choose between culture, adventure, or relaxation. It offers all three, often in the same day. It's a land of spirit, color, and contrast. And for those willing to wander, it's a journey you'll never forget. Destination 9. Portugal. At the edge of the Atlantic, where golden cliffs meet wild ocean winds, Portugal feels like a place suspended in time. Warm, soulful, and rich with quiet charm. With its sun-drenched coasts, cobbled cities, and deeply rooted traditions, it's a destination that invites slow exploration and delivers far more than its price tag suggests. Portugal, nestled on Europe's southwestern coast, is one of the continent's most accessible and welcoming countries for travelers seeking both beauty and value. Whether you're drawn to the rhythm of fado echoing through Lisbon's alleyways, or the scent of grilled sardines wafting from a seaside village, Portugal's magic lies in the details. Simple, heartfelt, and undeniably captivating. Visually, it's a masterpiece of contrasts. In the south, the Algarve boasts limestone cliffs and hidden beaches that rival the Mediterranean. Inland, rolling vineyards and medieval towns paint the countryside in soft earth tones. And in cities like Porto and Lisbon, azulejo tiles shimmer in the sun, storytelling through architecture and color. Must-do experiences include exploring the backstreets of Alfama, Lisbon's oldest neighborhood, where trams rattle past pastel facades. Sipping port wine along the Douro River in Porto, where cellar tours come with stunning views and rich history. Or hiking the rugged coastline of the Rota Vicentina, one of Europe's best-kept coastal secrets. In 2025, Portugal continues to shine as one of Europe's most budget-friendly spots. Local meals, hearty, flavorful, and often seafood-rich, can be enjoyed for under €10. Trains and buses offer scenic, affordable transport across the country. And with a rise in digital nomad hubs and co-working spaces, especially in places like Madeira and the Azores, long-term travel has never been easier. Portugal isn't loud or showy. It whispers, through sea breezes, church bells, and sunset walks by the water. For those looking to slow down, to feel rather than just see, it's one of Europe's most rewarding journeys. Destination 10, Sri Lanka. Imagine a place where misty tea plantations roll into the horizon, where elephants wander through ancient ruins, and where golden beaches curve beneath palm-fringed skies. This is Sri Lanka, the teardrop-shaped island in the Indian Ocean, quietly rising as one of the world's most enriching and affordable travel destinations. Just south of India, Sri Lanka offers an astounding variety of experiences within a compact space. It's a land of contrasts, from tropical jungles to cool mountain towns, vibrant markets to tranquil temples. Its rich history spans thousands of years, marked by kings, colonists, and spiritual seekers, all leaving behind footprints in stone and story. Visually, Sri Lanka is lush and layered. In the central highlands, verdant hills covered in tea bushes rise above the clouds, dotted with waterfalls and colonial-era railways. Along the southern coast, cinnamon-colored sands meet warm, turquoise waters. And scattered across the island are sacred Buddhist sites, like the ancient city of Anuradhapura or the rock fortress of Sigiriya, that feel both timeless and humbling. Among the top experiences, ride the famous train from Kandy to Ella, a journey often called one of the most scenic in the world. Go on safari in Yala or Udawala National Parks, where you might spot elephants, leopards, and countless bird species. Or unwind in the surf town of Weligama, where waves and fresh coconuts await. In 2025, Sri Lanka stands out for its affordability and welcoming atmosphere. Local meals, fragrant with curry leaves and coconut, cost just a few dollars, and cozy guest houses or beachfront stays are widely available for budget-friendly prices. The country has also introduced a refreshed tourism strategy, including visa simplification and eco-conscious travel initiatives, encouraging visitors to explore responsibly while supporting local communities. Sri Lanka isn't just a destination, it's a journey of the senses, of spice and silence, of wildlife and wonder. And for those seeking adventure, peace, and profound beauty without the luxury price tag, this island is a gift. In a world that often equates travel with extravagance, these 10 countries remind us that wonder doesn't have to come at a high cost. From the surreal salt flats of Bolivia to the sacred stillness of Sri Lanka's temples, from Nepal's Himalayan horizons to the soulful streets of Portugal, adventure, meaning, and beauty are still within reach. Each of these destinations offers more than just affordability. They offer depth. They offer connection to culture, to nature, and to the quiet moments that stay with us long after the journey ends. In 2025, as the world continues to open its arms, these places invite you to see more, spend less, and feel everything. So whether you're wandering on a shoestring or seeking a slower, more intentional kind of travel, remember, the richest experiences are often found not in the cost, but in the courage to go. Pack lightly, travel wisely, and may your journey be full of stories worth telling. Until next time, keep exploring.